Y'all, it's Thursday. What are you doing? And look, it's been a very strange day here for us. These kids have been wilding out, and I assume it is because we have had rain for the first time nearly all summer, and it came a good pour. We are highly saturated outside. I ain't mad about it because my tomatoes were looking terrible. All right, but listen, these kids today were hanging from the ceiling, as it were. And when I say that, I always mean the boys. And again, don't like to gender things, but it's how it is. And so I just want you all to know that this morning one of my boys told me that that he'd had a rough morning. And the reason he'd had a rough morning was because he nearly perished this morning, and that is because he left a candle in the house burning all night. Look, we've all been there, right? It's especially if it's one that's not very much scented. Sometimes we just forget. So I asked him, I said, that could be dangerous. Was it down in like a glass jar? And he said, oh yeah, it was down in a glass jar, it was fine. I said, well, I'm confused because you said that it was a wonder you made it till this morning because of that candle. He goes, oh, don't get it confused. The candle wasn't the issue. It was that my mom found out that the candle had burned all night. And he said, look, when she grabs that slipper, there's no coming back from it. And he said, she got after me with the slipper. Not a flip-flop. He said it had a hard sole. And you know what? I didn't push further. Second block, one of my boys tells me that the good news that he's got is that he's got a birthday at the end of the month. You know, these kids like to tell me every day when it's somebody's birthday, if it's their birthday, if it's their granny's birthday, if it's their dog's birthday, if it's their neighbor's dog's birthday. The kids, when I ask for good news, they will tell me birthdays, everybody, and I don't care. I mean, we all got a birthday, don't we? And I just don't care. I just want to hear more, like, good news about them in general. But you know what? It's fine. We're getting to know each other's and their birthdays. It's okay. But today, one of my boys told me how excited he was because his birthday's coming up, and his friend is going to get him exactly what he wants, and he's so stoked about it. And I said, what's that? And he said, just a turkey sandwich with a packet of mustard and some Sunny D. And I said, listen, buddy, I know you're lying to me and that you think you're cute and funny. And he goes, no, I love turkey sandwiches. He said, in fact, I'm going to have one today. I'm going to have one today when I go down to the cafeteria. He said, but my buddy Aubrey's going to get me a turkey sandwich with the mustard that I like. He said, it has to be the mustard that's in the packets in the cafeteria. It's my favorite mustard, and the Sunny Delight. He called it orange juice, and we had a little debacle about that because Sunny D may have solar energy, but it ain't, right? Orange juice. So that was second block, only to come back in fourth block. When I walked into my room, one of my boys was bench pressing one of these school desks. So it's been a pretty awesome day. And tomorrow's Friday. I've got a big long meeting here at 5:30, and then I'm going to go home and hopefully for at least an hour sit in silence while I stare at a wall. And I'm looking forward to that. So y'all eat for me. Have a good supper.